What is up, Tamers? It's your boy Red. Welcome back to Kizuna Games. With the release of the two new starter decks, the Dragon of Courage and the Wolf of Friendship, we have a lot of new updates that can go into quite a few decks. Predominantly, we got a lot of red and black deck updates we can do, a lot of purple and blue updates if you're running Garuru. But something that you may not expect to see our locals is, of course, we also got Alter-S upgrades with this starter deck. So let's talk about what changes we added into Alter-S to give it its first place finish. So running still the same traditional eggs, we are running 4 copies of Tsunomon from EX4. When one of your other Digimon Digivolves, draw 1 card. It's a nice easy 8 to go with this. We'll be Digivolving a lot in this deck and very frequently, so having the extra card draw can make sure we keep our pieces going in momentum. You could also opt in for a black Coromon maybe if you wanted to, or some other black eggs. I personally prefer the draw potential from this, since that is the main function, is Digivolving this. So it's much more likely to trigger pretty much every turn. So no surprise here, but our first level 3 will be 4 copies of EX4 Agumon. This is a must play in the deck along with its counterpart. On play, reveal top 3 cards, add 1 Digimon card with Greymon, and 1 Gabumon, Garurumon, or Omnimon to your hand. The rest go to the top of the deck. It's very important. It's one of the very few searchers, its counterpart being included, that return cards to the top of the deck rather than the bottom. That can offer a lot of advantage and disadvantage, and that you're never whiffing cards in the sense that whatever you see, you are going to get. You can choose in what order you're drawing if you don't pick it up off the search. On the downside, though, if there are cards you don't want to see, you can't get rid of them. They're going to be stuck at the top there. But you know, if you hit 2 things off the search, that third card you don't hit, it's going back to the top. You're guaranteed to draw it. So it can be really good in a lot of scenarios. Its inheritable is when one of your other Digimon Digivolves gain 1 memory. And this is, of course, running its counterpart, 4 copies of EX4 Gabumon. Similar search. On play, reveal top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Garurumon in its name, and 1 Agumon, Greymon, or Omnimon in its name to your hand. Place the rest to the top. And the same inheritable when one of your other Digimon Digivolves gain 1 memory. If you've never played this deck before, you see the trend here going. All the inheritables are when one of your other Digimon Digivolves. That's because we'll be playing a very long-term Jagra style deck where we want to evolve all the way up 2 stacks. But those cards are old news, right? What are we adding in? Where previously we would have run something like Agumon X Black or BT12 Agumon for a placeholder, we now have access to ST15 Agumon. So 0 to evolve now, which is much better than the BT12, which costs 1. Starting your main phase, if your opponent has a Digimon, gain 1 memory. Easy enough to hit to get an extra memory. And when an attack target is switched, gain 1 memory. Starting with the level 5s and up, your Digimon are almost certain to be guaranteed blocker, so having extra memory gain on those blocks is pretty nice. But mostly I run this because it's one of the few Agumon that are black that offer a positive effect value to the deck and doesn't cost anything to evolve on black Tsunomon. It's not too many of those that we can hit that also still provide value. So I like this card a lot, but you could still run the BT12 Agumon if you wanted. It is a searcher that will pick up Greymons and the Tamers, but you whiff all your Garuru pieces, and I don't like that. Moving back into our predictable level 4s, of course, we are running 4 copies of EX4 Garurumon. When Digivolving, one of your other Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Greymon in its name from your hand for the Digivolution cost. When that Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce it by 2. So we can get into the matching level 4 for 0 memory basically. It has the inheritable of Reboot. Running alongside this, not 4, but 3 copies of EX4 Greymon. I know, stay with me here. When Digivolving, one of your other Digimon may Digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Garurumon in its name. For the Digivolution cost, when that Digimon would Digivolve by this effect, reduce that cost by 2. Again, if we go into the Greymon, we can go into the Garurumon for free basically. And it has the same inheritable of Reboot. Now we drop down from 4 to 1 on this one, just to kind of spice up level 4s a little bit since there are a lot of Greymons available. We drop down from 2 BT12 Greymons to 1 BT12 Greymon. Digivolve 2 on a level 3 Agumon, otherwise it's 3 cost if it goes on a Gabumon. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Tamer with Tai Kamiya in its name in play, you may play a Tamer card with Tai Kamiya in its name without paying the cost. and it has the inheritable of all turns while this Digimon has Greymon or Omnimon in its name, plus 1000 DP. Not too hard to hit here. Now we drop the 1 copy of this and the 1 copy of EX4 to run 2 copies of new ST15 Greymon. So it's a 2-cost evolve if it's on Agumon or any black Digimon, so it hits everything here. It has a security effect that when we play 1 Agumon or 1 Tamer card with Taikamiya in its name from our hand or trash without paying the cost. So great way to get Tamers out early, great way to get an extra Agumon out if we need one. And it's naturally a blocker, so we can get a little bit defense at the beginning. And it has that inheritable of when an attack target is switched, gain 1 memory. Again, we run blockers in this, so super easy target to hit. From here on out, the lineup is pretty standard. We're running 4 copies of WereGarurumon. WereGarurumon is 3 to evolve, or 1 if we use the level 4 effects, of course, to get into it. When digivolving, one of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Greymon in its name. For the Digivolution cost, when the Digimon would digivolve by this effect, reduce that cost by 2. And it has inheritable of blocker, allowing it to keep blocker as it keeps going up. And as they go up, of course, we're going to see its counterpart here. MetalGreymon from EX4. This Digimon is a blocker. When digivolving, one of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Garurumon in its name from your hand for its Digivolution cost. When that Digimon would digivolve by this effect, reduce the Digivolution cost by 2. Stop me if you've heard that somewhere before. It also has inheritable blocker, making that both level 5s and the 4s, all the way down, all your EX4 counterparts here all have the same effects, so you're hitting the same effects no matter which way you go. And of course, our Digimon are going to help us get into our level 6s here, starting with CresGarurumon. CresGarurumon is a normal 4 to evolve on a black or blue Digimon, or 3 if it's a WereGarurumon, not WereGarurumon in its name. Specifically has to be that one, so no X antibody. Activate one of the effects below when digivolving. You can choose any number of your opponent's Digimon, so that their play cost totals up to 6, and return them to the bottom of the deck, or you can digivolve one of your other Digimon into a Greymon card in your hand without paying its cost, making it 0. Or its third effect is this Digimon and one of your other Digimon may DNA Digivolve into a Digimon card in your hand for its cost. It has the inheritable of if this Digimon has Omnimon in its name, return one of your opponent's level 5 or lower Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck. So of course, we need its counterpart for evolving into, so hopefully for 0, we will be digivolving into BlitzGreymon, one of my personal favorite Digimon here. It is a 4 evolve from a red or black, or Digivolve 3 from a MetalGreymon. When digivolving, activate one of the effects. We may de-digivolve one stage 3 of our opponent's Digimon. Kind of a lackluster effect. One of your opponent's Digimon may digivolve... One of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower card with Garurumon in its name without paying the cost. Or this Digimon and another Digimon may DNA Digivolve. You get the gist here. Its inheritable is when attacking once per turn, if this Digimon has Omnimon in its name, trash the top card of your opponent's security. So I'm sure you can guess what comes now, since both of them have the effects to DNA Digivolve with each other, and they both have Omnimon inheritables. What are we going into? The big bad himself, Omnimon Alter-S. It is a 6 evolve off of a red or blue, or 0 if we're DNA Digivolving a blue level 6 and a red level 6. Which is what we're probably doing. When digivolving, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less, and then return one level 6 or higher Digimon to the bottom of the owner's deck. This will be sure that you clear a minimum of at least 1 Digimon on the field, maybe 2 off your opponents. There are some really weird circumstances where you don't hit anything. Any level 5 Digimon with DP over 8000, you're not touching. It's not very often to happen, but some cards do exist, and it's kind of funny. All turns, when this Digimon would leave the battle area other than by your own effects, play one BlitzGreymon and one CresGarurumon from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying the cost. Then place this Digimon at the bottom of your opponent's, at the bottom of your security stack face down. So this is a wonderful counter removal card, whether we are being Gaia Forced, or if we're being Chaos Degraded, or if you're being hit with Hunter's effect to place you under Tamers. Any of those effects that cause this Digimon to leave, Omnimon will trigger, Canceling that effect, it will play out the 2 6s from underneath it, giving you next Jogress material for your following turn, and then it will put itself onto the top of your security. The bottom of your security, essentially healing yourself. And this is great because against cards like Chaos Degradation, you're essentially doing the same thing, but on your own terms and getting yourself more benefits and denying them that trash card. And it's one of the few cards on the game that has a counter ability to Hunter's Own removal, making it a fantastic anti-Hunter's card. I love this card so much. But it doesn't stop there. Alter-S is not done. Alter-S will be digivolving further into Omnimon Alter-B. Digivolve for 5 on a black level 6 Digimon, or Digivolve for 2 with a level 7 with Omnimon in its name. When digivolving, de-digivolve 3 stages one of your opponent's Digimon, then choose any number of your opponent's Digimon so that their play cost totals up to 6 and delete them. And then when attacking, by trashing up to 3 level 6 or higher Digimon cards in this deck, among your opponent's Digimon tamers, delete 1 of the lowest play costs for each card trashed. And if you trash 3 cards, trash the top 2 from your opponent's security stack. This is our fantastic finisher. We are swinging, we are deleting Digimon, we are deleting tamers, and we are trashing 2 security, hopefully swinging for game on this. This is your finisher piece. You really want to be winning game when you go into Alter-B. So what are we running for support? We are running 1 copy of Nokia, 3 play cost on play. You may play 1 Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying its cost. And when digivolving into a Greymon or Garurumon, you may suspend this tamer to reduce the memory cost by 1. So a fantastic card to go with this. It plays all of our level 3s. If checked in security, it'll play a free level 3. Good. Since it's the same cost as the level 3s, you might as well play it and get the 3 cost Digimon search. So for a total of 6 play cost worth of cards, you've only spent 3, and then it adds value going forward, always reducing 1 cost as you go up. Our other tamer, we're running 3 copies of Matt Ishida and Tai Kamiya from EX4. This is the tamer to play. It is a blue and red tamer. Your turn, when you play 1 Gabumon or Agumon, by suspending this tamer, gain 1 memory. And one of your Digimon digivolves, if you have 1 or fewer Digimon, you may play a Gabumon if you're digivolving Greymon, or play an Agumon if you're digivolving a Garurumon, basically whatever the opposite is, from your hand or trash. A great way to keep recycling pieces because you probably will lose some stacks along the way. Finally, we are running 2 copies of Black Memory Boost. Great searcher card since everything except the Alter-S is black. Please don't miss that the Alter-B is black. That's a fantastic byproduct of that. Main effect, reveal top 4 cards, add 1 black Digimon card among them to your hand, place the rest at the bottom. Then it goes into the field for delay effect. Your delay effect is gain 2 memory. Fantastic card. And then we are offsetting that with 1 copy of Adze Beast Blade and Shining Dragon Bullet. I don't know how to pronounce that first word. From EX4. Main, activate one of the effects below. If you have a CresGarurumon in play, one of your Agumon or Greymon may digivolve into BlitzGreymon. If you have a BlitzGreymon in play, one of your Gabumon or Garurumon may digivolve into CresGarurumon. So this is, if you have the tamer out, you hit the color conditions, and if you have 1 level 6 but you're missing the other, it's a great way to get back up the cards real quick. If you need to warp evolve, or if you're missing some pieces, that's a great way to kind of jump up out of nowhere. And a security effect, you may play 1 Gabumon or Agumon from your hand or trash without paying the cost, and add this card to your hand. Again, a great way to recycle those level 3s from trash as we lose them. So let's talk strategy, right? So first thing you want to do is you would preferably want to get 2 level 3s in hand, have 1 evolving and raising ready to go. And then your next one, preferably the opposite one, and hopefully a searcher, will hard play for 3, or if we're lucky, we can play Nokia for 3, which will allow us to play the Agumon or Gabumon for free, getting extra value off that. And then we can do our searches off that, grab some pieces. Now we kind of hope the piece lives, but it's not end of the world if it doesn't. But if it does live, of course, we can tap Nokia, reduce cost by 1, digivolve into, let's say, this Greymon for 2, reducing cost brings it down to 1, which will trigger the effect there to draw a card. That will allow us to play out our tamer with Tai in its name. Now here's the fantastic part here. The best combo here is to know that hopefully this Greymon's going to die. So let's say we can swing it at a Digimon with higher DP, or we can swing a security if we're feeling confident it's going to die. But we get a fantastic combo here if this does die. Now we can Digivolve this Gabumon into Garurumon. And we can tap the Tamer, allowing us to play the Agumon and gain a memory from it. Agumon gets to do a search again, and then we can activate Garurumon's effect after that to Digivolve into the Greymon for 0, triggering this effect to gain a memory. Greymon effect kicks in, Digivolve into WereGarurumon for 1 memory. And that will trigger that memory gain again, since it's a new Digimon. And then WereGarurumon's effect will trigger Digivolve into MetalGreymon for 1. That will trigger, of course, MetalGreymon's effect. Digivolve WereGarurumon into CresGarurumon for 1. Digivolve CresGarurumon's effect to Digivolve into BlitzGreymon for 0. Now from here, we have a few options depending on what the board state is, how we've gone to these things, whether you hit Blitz or Crest first. If I am keeping turn, I like to go into Blitz first, Crest second, and use that removal effect to get rid of some board first. If I need to de-Digivolve something, let's say we're playing against Machine Dramon can be really tough to get rid of. Maybe I will go into Blitz last, so that way I can de-Digivolve it, get rid of some of that protection. If we're not keeping turn, it doesn't matter. You always want to almost always be ending turn going into Alter-S, although this isn't the case. For example, if you're playing against Blue Flare, having 2 Digimon out can sometimes be beneficial. Since Blue Flare is capable of stripping sources, maybe you want to have 2 Digimon out, let them do their combo stun you, and then DNA Digivolve into a new Digimon that isn't stunned, get some value off that. Definitely a few different ways you could go about it. Now, if you want to go for this OTK style, you want to get into these two while still having 2 memory left. So we can do this with the case of course, the Tamers and the Digimon effects gaining memory as we go. We can have Black Memory Boost out. So there's definitely a few resources here to do it. I think for the full combo, it's probably around 4 or 5 memory, just to be safe. But depending on how much you already have, there's definitely room to play with here. But you can come out of nowhere easy with 5 or 4 memory if you have the right setup. To get the OTK, you'll need to check with each of these, have them survive, which can be easier said than done since they are 12k, or BlitzGreymon may be higher if he has the BT12 Greymon in him. He'll be up to 13k. Or if we got some cheeky hits before, again, you want to get opponent down to 3 security. So whether you get the cheeky hits earlier with the level 3 Digimon, or you check 2 security with these guys here, and go here, get him down to 3 security. From there, we DNA Digivolve with blue first, and just for the camera's sake here, I'm just going to scrunch these all up together to put them here. To DNA Digivolve for free into Alter-S. This will do his ability here to, again, clear the board. And then with our 2 memory left, we'll go into Alter-B for 2, putting us to 0. Now, we will swing as security this level 5 effect first to, again, remove any extra bodies if there are any level 5 or lower blockers getting in our way. And then we can use BlitzGreymon to trash security number 3, and then use Alter-B's when attacking effect to trash the Blitz, the Crest, and the Alter-S to trash the last 2 security. Alter-B swings for game. And again, with 4 memory and some tamers, or 5 memory if you don't have any tamers, you could get into a level 3 from raising and a level 3 on field and go all the way up to Alter-B and swing for game. This is a deck that is very piece reliant, but you get a lot of good search power and it can come out of nowhere. You can get into this thing from turn 2 if you got the good top decks, and opponents usually don't have an answer to it because of how hard it is to remove the Alter-S. Its main weakness is being de-Digivolved, so any black cards, of course, have good access to getting rid of it. And anything that can strip sources, particular sources, like MetalGreymon from Blue Flare, that can also be troublesome because they will target the level 6s and remove them, preventing you from extra damage. Purple's pretty good. Your big Stallfest for purple against Belphemon, you're still trashing security even if you can't do any actual checks. And because you're a big blocker that doesn't care about dying, you can block Belphemon's swings, heal yourself, play out 2 more bodies, and then do it again next turn. But this was first place. Omnimon Alter-S with the ST15 upgrade. Let me know what you guys are playing down in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.